You wake up. The house is quiet. Maybe your knees ache a little, your back feels stiff. You shuffle to the kitchen, put on a pot of coffee, grab a slice of toast or a bowl of cereal, maybe even skip breakfast altogether. It's your routine. Familiar, comfortable, harmless. Or so you thought. But what if I told you that this quiet, ordinary routine, the same one you've followed for years, is silently choking off blood flow to one of the most important parts of your body? Not because of age, not because of genetics, but because of one simple mistake made in the first 30 minutes of your day. Most men over 60 believe the story they've been told, that the loss of morning erections, the drop in confidence, the slow fading of energy, down there, is just part of getting older. But what if it's not? What if the real issue isn't your age, but your breakfast? What if the very first thing you eat, or don't eat, is sending your blood sugar, hormones, and circulation into chaos before you even finish your cup of coffee? You're not alone if you've noticed subtle changes, numbness in your thighs, cold feet, a lack of response when you wake up. Maybe you've brushed it off, blamed stress, aging, or lack of sleep. But for many men, the real reason sits right there on their breakfast plate, and it's been hiding in plain sight. Over the last 2 decades, I've worked with hundreds of men who thought their intimacy struggles were permanent, that the fire had simply gone out. And time after time, I've watched those same men restore their energy, their blood flow, and their confidence, just by changing how they start the day. This video is not about pills, it's not about guilt, and it's definitely not about blaming you for something you were never taught. It's about giving you a small, powerful truth that could change the way you feel in the mornings and in the bedroom. Because the truth is, your body is still capable. Your circulation still works. Your confidence isn't gone. It's just waiting for the right signal. And that signal can begin with what's on your fork. Today, I'll walk you through the #1 breakfast mistake that quietly blocks blood flow to the pelvic area after 60. I'll also show you 3 foods that help restore it, naturally, gently, and without side effects. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because one of these foods works so quickly, men have reported results in just a few days. Not theory, not hype. Real men, real change. If you're still watching, I know something about you. You haven't given up. You're not just going through the motions. You still want to feel strong, connected, and alive. So let's start right there, with one small change that could bring life back to the place you thought was fading. Let's talk about breakfast. My name is Dr. Jennifer Berman. I'm a urologist and sexual health expert, and for the last 25 years, I've helped thousands of men, fathers, grandfathers, husbands, reclaim something they thought was gone for good. And I'll tell you this from experience. The solution almost never starts with a prescription pad. It starts with listening, with asking the right questions, and with understanding that what works at 30 doesn't always work at 60. What I've learned through years of treating real men in real-life situations is this. The body doesn't just shut down with age, it adapts. And often it sends warning signs long before anything serious happens, especially when it comes to circulation and performance. That's why I focus on early intervention using the most powerful tools we already have: food, movement, and daily habits. Because for men over 60, the right breakfast isn't just about lowering cholesterol or managing weight. It's about blood flow, where it counts. Energy, strength, stamina, even confidence. These are all tied to how well your blood is circulating, particularly in the lower part of your body. So if you've been feeling off lately, slower, more tired, less like yourself, this video could be the missing piece. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the common breakfast mistake most men make without realizing it, how it directly impacts blood flow to the pelvic area, and the simple science-backed foods that can reverse the damage, quickly and naturally. I'll also share the story of one man who followed this advice for just 21 days and experienced a level of confidence he hadn't felt in years. Stick with me. This is about more than breakfast. It's about restoring something deeper. Let's begin with something simple, something you've probably had in your fridge your entire life. 1. Whole eggs. The morning muscle rebuilder. For decades, eggs got a bad reputation. Too much cholesterol, too risky, too heavy. But recent science has set the record straight, especially for men over 60, because whole eggs, yolk and all, are one of the most complete sources of nutrients your lower body desperately needs in the first hour of the day. Let me explain. That golden yolk is loaded with vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine, nutrients that help your body do 3 crucial things: boost testosterone production, trigger muscle repair, especially in the pelvic floor, activate nitric oxide, the compound that opens your blood vessels and drives blood to the groin. That's right. The same muscles that support erections, control urination, and keep you balanced when you walk are directly fed by the nutrients in whole eggs. And when you eat 2 whole eggs first thing in the morning, you're not just feeding your hunger. You're telling your lower body it's time to wake up. I've seen men who went years without feeling morning response, who added whole eggs to breakfast 3 times a week and started seeing changes in less than 10 days. How to use it? Scrambled, boiled, poached. Any style works. Just keep the yolk. Eat them with a side of greens or a small serving of sweet potato, not with white toast or sugary cereal. And drink water before your coffee. Simple, affordable, powerful. That's the beauty of whole eggs. 2. Oatmeal with chia, the artery protector. The next food is one many men overlook, or only eat when their doctor says you need more fiber. But oatmeal is far more than just roughage. For older men, it's one of the most effective natural tools for clearing the pathways that deliver blood to the lower body. The reason? A special type of fiber called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan helps sweep excess cholesterol from your arteries, reduces inflammation in blood vessel linings, and keeps your blood sugar steady. So your hormones, especially testosterone and nitric oxide, don't crash by noon. Now, when you add chia seeds to your oatmeal, you create a circulation powerhouse. Chia is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, help relax arteries, magnesium, helps regulate blood pressure, potassium, supports smooth muscle function and water balance. This combo, warm oats plus chia, acts like a gentle internal massage for your blood vessels. It relaxes them, clears them, and strengthens them. I often recommend adding blueberries or a pinch of cinnamon for extra antioxidant support. These additions protect nitric oxide, keeping it active longer in your bloodstream. When to eat it? Ideally within 30-60 minutes after waking. If you're hungry immediately, eat it first. If you already had eggs, make it a mid-morning second breakfast. 1 bowl, 1 habit, endless benefits. 3. Watermelon, the bedroom fruit. Yes, watermelon. That sweet, juicy fruit you thought was only for summer picnics? It might just be nature's most underrated intimacy booster. Why? Because watermelon is rich in L-citrulline, an amino acid that converts to L-arginine in your body, which then boosts nitric oxide. If that sounds familiar, it's because nitric oxide is the same chemical pathway used by popular erectile dysfunction medications. But watermelon does it without the side effects, without the blue pill, and without the expense. Men in my clinic who began eating watermelon in the morning, even just a few slices, reported improved morning circulation, greater warmth in the groin and thighs, renewed sensitivity and function within 7 to 10 days. Here's how to use it. Eat 2 to 3 slices on an empty stomach or just before your regular breakfast. The white rind, yes, that part we usually throw away, has the highest concentration of citrulline. Try blending it into a smoothie or chewing on it lightly. It's gentle on the stomach, hydrating and circulation friendly. And let me be clear, this isn't just about bedroom performance. Better circulation means better balance, less numbness, improved energy, and a stronger sense of presence in your body. It tells your cells, we're still alive. We're still in the game. Closing this section, you don't need to eat all 3 foods at once. Start with the one that feels easiest. Rotate them. Mix and match. Make them your own. Because breakfast isn't just the first meal of the day, it's your body's first message to your blood vessels. Will it be one of nourishment or one of neglect? Your answer can change everything. I want to introduce you to Richard. He's 67 years old, a retired firefighter, the kind of man who used to run into burning buildings without hesitation, always the strong one in the room. But when he walked into my office 2 years ago, he didn't feel strong anymore. His posture was different, shoulders slumped, voice low, and he avoided eye contact when he said, "Doc, I think the factory's closed. It's been nearly 2 years." What he meant, of course, was that he hadn't had a spontaneous erection in over 20 months. He didn't feel like a man anymore. His mornings were silent, his evenings empty. He wasn't in pain, but he felt invisible. I wake up, pour coffee, stare out the window. Nothing happens. Nothing moves. I just feel old. His blood work wasn't alarming. No major diseases. A little high on cholesterol, slightly low testosterone, but nothing serious. And yet everything he was feeling was serious. I asked him about his mornings, his routine. He told me the same thing I've heard from hundreds of men. Black coffee, maybe a piece of toast if I remember, but mostly just coffee. That's when I gently explained to him what I just shared with you, that skipping breakfast, or worse, starting the day with caffeine and sugar alone, can quietly suppress nitric oxide, flatten testosterone, and leave the pelvic muscles starving for nutrients. I gave him a challenge. Forget everything else for now. Just give me 21 days. Start each morning with 2 whole eggs, a bowl of oatmeal with chia, and a few slices of watermelon. Drink water before coffee. That's it. He looked skeptical. You're telling me breakfast can fix this? I'm saying, breakfast is where we begin. He agreed, reluctantly, but he committed. 7 days later, I got a text, feeling warmer in the legs, slept through the night. 14 days in, something stirred this morning, not kidding. It caught me by surprise. And on day 21, he showed up at my office again, this time standing taller, eyes clearer, and voice steady. He smiled and said, I woke up today and felt like I had oxygen in my thighs again. It's not just physical. It's like my body remembered something. He wasn't talking about sex. He was talking about self. That sense of being alive, energized, present. The small but powerful dignity of waking up and knowing your body still responds, still works, still wants to fight. And he didn't take a single pill. His routine was simple. 2 eggs with the yolk oatmeal with chia, cinnamon, and a few berries, watermelon on an empty stomach. No white bread, no sugary cereal, no skipping breakfast, just fuel. Real fuel. And in return, his blood vessels relaxed, his circulation improved, his confidence came back. Today, Richard is not just functioning. He's walking 2 miles every morning, helping his grandson with Little League, and calling me once a month with updates that always start with, Doc, you're not going to believe this one. I believe it now, because I've seen it, again and again, and it all began with a fork. So the big question is, why does this work? Why would something as basic as 2 eggs or a bowl of oatmeal make such a big difference down there, especially after 60? Let's break it down. And don't worry, I'll keep it simple. No medical degree required. Your body is built on circulation. Every cell, every organ, every muscle, especially in your pelvic region, relies on blood to bring oxygen, nutrients, and life. Without proper blood flow, nothing works as it should. Now picture your blood vessels like a garden hose. When you're young, that hose is flexible, smooth, and wide open. Water flows freely, pressure is strong. But as you age, and especially if your habits aren't supporting you, that hose starts to change. It becomes stiff. Plaque builds up inside, narrowing the space. Inflammation weakens the walls, and pressure drops. Water still moves, but not where or how it should. That's what happens to many men after 60. Worse, those blood vessels, already aging, get stiffer with every skipped or sugary meal. Over time, it's like tightening the hose and pinching it shut at the same time. But when you eat smart, like eggs, oats, watermelon, you're giving your body the raw materials to rebuild. Let's go deeper. Eggs contain choline and vitamin D, which support testosterone production and nerve health, especially in the pelvic floor. Oats feed your blood vessels with beta-glucan fiber, which clears cholesterol and calms inflammation. Chia seeds provide omega-3s and magnesium, relaxing your arteries like a warm compress. Watermelon gives your body citrulline, which converts to arginine, which produces, you guessed it, nitric oxide. It's not just one thing, it's the combination. The synergy of nutrients that opens your vessels, fuels your muscles, and restores what time tried to take away. Think of it like patching and repressurizing your garden hose from the inside out. Not just unclogging it, but strengthening it, widening it, giving it back its power. And it doesn't take long, because your body is not broken. It's just under-fueled. And when you give it the right tools, it responds. This is the part that most men never hear. They're told to take pills, accept decline, or stay quiet about it. But the science is clear. Your circulation is not gone. It's just waiting for the right signal. And tomorrow morning, you get to decide what signal you'll send. Your arteries, especially the tiny ones in your pelvis, don't open like they used to. That means less blood to the groin, slower responses, weaker performance, and a growing sense that something is missing. Now enter the hero of this story, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas your body makes naturally. Its job? To relax and expand your blood vessels like turning the faucet all the way up. It tells your arteries, open up, let the blood in. It's also the same pathway used by popular medications for erectile dysfunction. But here's the catch. Your nitric oxide levels naturally decline as you age, unless you actively support them. And here's the twist. Breakfast is when your nitric oxide system is most responsive. That's why the first hour of your day is so critical. If you eat sugar or skip food altogether, your body goes into stress mode. Blood sugar spikes, insulin floods your system, and nitric oxide production gets suppressed. Worse, those blood vessels, already aging, get stiffer with every skipped or sugary meal. Over time, it's like tightening the hose and pinching it shut at the same time. But when you eat smart, like eggs, oats, watermelon, you're giving your body the raw materials to rebuild. Let's go deeper. Eggs contain choline and vitamin D, which support testosterone production and nerve health, especially in the pelvic floor. Oats feed your blood vessels with beta-glucan fiber, which clears cholesterol and calms inflammation. Chia seeds provide omega-3s and magnesium, relaxing your arteries like a warm compress. Watermelon gives your body citrulline, which converts to arginine, which produces, you guessed it, nitric oxide. It's not just one thing, it's the combination. The synergy of nutrients that opens your vessels, fuels your muscles, and restores what time tried to take away. Think of it like patching and repressurizing your garden hose from the inside out. Not just unclogging it, but strengthening it, widening it, giving it back its power. And it doesn't take long, because your body is not broken. It's just under-fueled. And when you give it the right tools, it responds. This is the part that most men never hear. They're told to take pills, accept decline, or stay quiet about it. But the science is clear. Your circulation is not gone. It's just waiting for the right signal. And tomorrow morning, you get to decide what signal you'll send. If you've made it this far, I already know something important about you. You haven't given up, even if part of you has felt tired. Even if you've had mornings where nothing responded, where you felt slow, disconnected, maybe even invisible. You're still here, still listening, Still curious? That matters more than you know, because change doesn't start with perfection. It starts with one decision, just one. One breakfast, one plate of real food instead of toast and coffee alone. One message to your blood vessels. I'm paying attention now. I'm on your side. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You don't need to buy supplements or go on some complicated diet. You just need to give your body what it's been missing for years, real fuel at the right time. I often tell my patients, especially the ones in their 60s and 70s, that health isn't about control. It's about consistency. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. So tomorrow morning, do this. Before the news, before the emails, before the world starts pulling on you, make yourself a real breakfast. Maybe it's 2 eggs with the yolk. Maybe it's oatmeal with chia and berries. Maybe it's a few slices of watermelon on an empty stomach. Whatever feels easiest, start there. And as you eat, I want you to remember this. Your circulation isn't gone. Your confidence isn't lost. Your energy hasn't disappeared. It's just been waiting, patiently, for a sign that you're ready to come back to yourself. The first sign isn't a pill. It's not a product. It's breakfast. That first meal is your quiet rebellion against decline. It's your way of saying, I'm still here, and I still matter. You don't have to believe in big miracles today, but believe in small steps, because those steps add up, and they build something stronger than motivation. They build momentum. Just ask the men I've worked with, the ones who felt hopeless, the ones who thought nothing would change, the ones who started with one plate and ended up walking straighter, sleeping deeper, and yes, feeling like themselves again. Start small, but start, because you're not too late, and it's not too far gone. If this message spoke to something inside you, if you saw yourself in Richard's story or in the science, or maybe just in the silence of your mornings, then I want to ask for one small thing. Let me know you're here. Type a 1 in the comments if you're ready to try one change tomorrow. Type a 0 if you're still unsure, and feel free to tell me what's holding you back. No judgment, just connection, just real people, having real conversations, because I read every comment. And often, what you share helps another man take his first step. And if you think this video might help someone else, a brother, a friend, a neighbor who's been quieter than usual, send it their way. Sometimes the right message, at the right time, makes all the difference. And yes, go ahead and tap the like button if this helped you see your breakfast a little differently. It's not for me. It just tells the algorithm, more men need to hear this. We're not just talking about food. We're talking about agency, dignity, the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body still responds when you treat it right. That's why I'll keep making these videos, because you deserve real answers, without shame, without judgment, just truth, science, and the kind of support you may not have had until now. And if you want to go deeper into this journey, make sure you're subscribed, because in the next video, we're talking about the one food most men eat at night that secretly shrinks testosterone by morning. But for now, pause, breathe, and take this moment in. Your mornings are still yours. Your story is still unfolding. And no matter what the last few years have looked like, this is not the end. It's just the next beginning. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Take